Hello, and welcome back to Let's Get Lit. In today's episode, we're going to be going over the movie review for the classic 1984. So join me and let's see if this movie is somewhat accurate, not really accurate, or if you can watch it instead of reading it. Let's start off with, is this a good adaptation? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a solid 7.5. There are some things that are really well done, there are some things that are not really well done, and let's just kind of talk about this. Let's start off with the good. I think overall, the acting is really strong in this movie. The acting is really well done. You have some very heavy hitters of actors from the 80s who were in this, and I think everyone played their part really well. Even when the script falters, the actors are able to bring that emotion and that heightened sense of just awareness to the script that I think is beautiful. I think, on another positive note, I think that the cinematography, I think that the sound are phenomenal. The cinematography, every single prop and set piece and location is really well done. Everything feels like it's in the same world. Everything has its own distinct look, which I really enjoy. This is not just some generic dystopian future movie. This is not just a generic 1984 movie. This is the world, this is the party, this is Oceania, and it all looks like it is in the same world. I think that's beautiful. I think the attention to detail is fantastic. Whether you go into the Prolatan areas with Charrington's shop, or if you are in the Ministry of Truth or Love or whatever, it all fits and it all works. I think it's fantastic. And visually just seeing it is really cool to see. It's a great take. I really enjoy that. I think the music also goes really well hand in hand with the visuals. The music, from the get-go, you go, this is 84. This sounds dystopian. This is what it would sound like. And it does a great job of bringing that to life. I think that's just spot on. I think it was really well done. Now, let's move on to a few of the negatives. This is a nitpicky critique thing. I understand. I have to say it this way because we did just read the book. This channel's about literature. From the book to movie, of course there are going to be moments that are missed or have to be omitted. You're making a 2-hour movie. The book is like 300 some odd pages. I get that. What I will say is this movie tries really hard. There are a lot of good quotes. There's a lot of small little details that they pick up on. However, some of the overall working themes of this movie, they will bring something in that they didn't really explain or put emphasis on, and they want you to go, oh, that's really important. But as a viewer, it's not, because you hadn't taken the time to explain it. I'll give you an example. Jones, Rutherford, and Aronson, the three guys who were the original revolutionists, the whole thing with Winston, we get it. If you've read the book or watched the series, you get it. In the movie, Winston kind of glimpses at them through the Chestnut Tree Cafe. He kind of hears about them when they start to tell on themselves, and then they're really not mentioned again until he's tortured at the end. The other thing is, at his desk in the ministry, we don't see him get the photograph. We don't see him redact everything. And if it is, I mean, it's super fast. I don't even think, from what I watched, and I was paying attention, I didn't see it. So then the photos at the end, when O'Brien holds them up, it doesn't mean as much. So it's things like that where it's mentioned and it's in the movie, but it's not emphasized enough for us to care as a viewer of just strictly the movie. So I think that's where it kind of loses it for me. I will also say that things just kind of happen so fast that there could be this important moment in the book that's very glossed over in the movie. Another one is Winston's mom. From the get-go, we see flashbacks or dreams of her, and we kind of get these stories about her character and why she's important and why she does things and why she doesn't do things. And the chocolate memory is one that in the book is a very huge thing. It's the last time Winston sees his mom alive, etc. In the book, Winston does not know if his mother's alive or dead. He has no idea. He also doesn't know if his sister's alive or dead. In the movie, they just make the decision to kill her. You don't see them kill her, but you see the chocolate memory, and then Winston sees his dead mom's body on the ground with rats all over it. So the chocolate memory in the movie is handled so quickly, it kind of feels like it's out of left field. And the scene itself is not depicted the same way. There's not the mom splitting it 3/4 and 1/4. It's literally Winston grabbing the chocolate bar from his sister and running out. So it doesn't really hold that importance to it, and there also hadn't been enough of a buildup of his mom and his mom's characterization for that moment to hit home. So that's where, again, it's mentioned, it's in the movie, but it doesn't have that same feeling or that same emphasis to it. And now, again, I get it. It's a 2-hour movie. There's things they have to cut. But a lot of this movie will try to reference things from the book. And it's kind of one of those movies where the small things where you'll go, oh, I get that. Oh, I got that. Oh, they're mentioning this. But for people who haven't read the book, they'll just go, what? The movie's very, if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. Which I don't think that's really that great. I will say there's a lot of times where certain characters in the movie say things that they don't say in the book, and it's really weird. In the third act, when Winston is being held in the white jail cell, Parsons comes in, so that's great. But they basically have that whole conversation between Winston and Parsons that the chinless man and the skull-faced man have. So they really kind of condense things down or give people's lines to other people, and it's like, okay, I get it, I guess, but just not sure why. I think the movie, if you were to just take the movie as a movie, it's a pretty good movie. But if you are watching this to try to get out of reading it, it's not going to help you. You will answer most of the questions wrong because, again, they give other characters lines that are not the book, or the characters in the movie aren't in the book, etc., etc. It's the movie as an artistic own entity is good. It's a good artistic movie, and I think a majority of the story is there. As for true or as for faithful adaptations, it's not. I feel like this is one of those stories that, because miniseries are so popular now, like Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max is really good miniseries, I feel like this could be a really good miniseries where if they made 3 feature-length film episodes of 90 minutes or an hour and 45, you could really tell this story really well done. Or if they decided to do 6 to 8 episodes and condense 3 chapters into an episode, could be really well done. And I say that because I think now more than ever, if someone remade this and did it more faithful to the book, would be astounding. I think it's just phenomenal. I think the story still holds true today, which is wild. Definitely see this being adapted, remade, and a lot truer to the book because we have that technology now. We have that sense of storytelling. So anyways, all in all, it's a pretty good movie, but don't expect to watch it instead of reading the book. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think down below. I will talk to you guys later and see you in the next series. And as always, stay lit.